Should you buy a Tesla? So you're thinking of buying a Tesla, whether for personal use or maybe you want to do a little Uber and Lyft. Well, let's talk about this. Let's dive into the details. Let's really know what we're getting into. Is it worth it? Is it not? Is it for you? Is it not for you? It's a very serious conversation, which is why I'm wearing glasses today, so I can look educated and smart, like all the other Tesla people that do videos online. So let's first do, another walk around, right? We've done these walk arounds. Really, what do you get? By the way, here's these wheel covers, right? By the way, those are coming off and I have some center caps and other shit going for it. Let's go ahead and get a top-down view too of the vehicle too. So you can see it's, basically, we've all known it, right? All glass roof, all that kind of stuff. Take a look at some of the details. Some of the finer things, so to speak. So you guys can really see, the looks of it, everything else. Obviously what I did for tint, all that kind of stuff. And again, I just detailed the outside, which is why it's looking so beautiful today. I can tell you this, one of the first things you're gonna have to get used to, as well as your passengers, is opening the door. There's no just door handle, right? And all the passengers will come up, they'll try to do some of this or some of this, and but really it's not that hard. You press, you open, and this window comes down. Look, it'll come down a little bit. See that? So as I open this door, watch this. As soon as I get my hand in there, boom. Opens, screen's on, car's ready to go. And let's just take a look at the interior. Let's take a look at these, the build quality, materials, all this kind of stuff. Nice soft touch up here, a leather material right here. It's like an Alcantara, stuff like that. Got some wood trim. It's not real wood, but honestly, when you touch it, it actually feels really damn good. And let's take a look at these seats, man. These seats are actually really damn comfortable, super soft. Lumbar support is excellent. All this kind of stuff. And see, this is the phone holder that I use for doing Uber and Lyft. That way the phone is super close to me. Look, I don't even have to, I raise my finger. I don't have to reach for anything. I don't have to reach for shit. I got a secondary map view right there on the Tesla. You got some wireless charging pads right there, right under the screen. And we got good storage. This thing right here, I keep some microfibers and whatnot in there. Also have this sliding tray. So if I want to put stuff in there, I can. And this compartment. This is also a huge compartment. See, I keep my wallet, stuff like that. I keep my baby wipes in there. Just that kind of stuff. And you can see how far back this seat is right now. That's because it's in what's called easy entry mode. And so when I get into the car, the seat's gonna move all the way up. It's going to get in the position that I want for driving when I sit down and put on my seatbelt, which is pretty cool. Again, the door, right? This is what the passengers have to deal with. Back seats are actually pretty big. I know it looks small right here, but again, this seat is all the way back, all the way reclined. I mean, not all the way reclined. It's not laying down. Here, let me show you the passenger side. Probably a better view. So, again, door. But check out the passenger's view side right here. There's actually plenty of room. And that's passenger side is basically set up for someone who's about 6 feet tall. Let's go ahead and get in. This is what my view is like from the rear. I have my rear vents down here. I got a little air freshener right there, a little Old Spice action. And look, I have my blacked out roof things on right now. All the way from the front to the back, which is essential when it's hot as shit. We have a little bit of ambient lighting in here. Let me close this door. Just a nice place to be in. I like it. Next, let's talk about storage, right? So the trunk is actually pretty damn big. I got towels right here. I got my wrist wraps for the gym, stuff like that. You know, because I sit on a towel when I'm driving back from the gym, right? I don't want, you know, sweat stains and all that. These are really nice textured floor mats. And then under here, you even have more storage, which is pretty awesome. That's where I keep those shades on the inside, mobile charger, stuff like that. And then look, motorized trunk. So you get some of the little luxuries there. Goes down pretty quickly. Closes nicely. All that. And then here's our charger, right? So I reverse in every night, and it's just as simple, man. Pull this thing out, click the button right here, opens your charge port door, you plug in, good to go. My cell phone is the key. So that's pretty awesome as well, right? I walk up, my phone's in my pocket, door opens, that kind of stuff. So here we are back on the couch. Again, it's gonna be a hot day out there today. Let's talk a few things, right? Is it worth it? Is it for you? Exactly what we opened up the video with. And I thought I'd share the charging costs where I'm at, just to be transparent, right? People, you know, there's a lot of hype out there about, oh, I get free subsidized charging, stuff like that. You may or may not. It may be in your market you do, maybe in your market you don't. I don't. I'm in Arizona, right? There's no assisted help for installing chargers, none of that kind of stuff. I've had the car for 3 weeks. I did some quick math as well. So I have just under 700 miles. That breaks out to about 33 miles a day on average for me driving, which is like typical American everyday driving, even though I do Rideshare part-time, right? So again, I like to keep my miles low and my earnings high. And my goal with Rideshare is only a few $100s a week. There are weeks where we'll push for like say 300-400 if the money is there. But let me show you my total spent. Again, just to be fair. So if you don't have the home charger installed, it's gonna be expensive. So let me give you an example. It gives me a gas savings here, right? Estimated $97 in gas savings. Now that's assuming you're driving a car that's getting 30 miles a gallon. My hybrid did better than that, so that's not a real number for me. But here are the numbers that you want to pay attention to, right? So look at that. In 3 weeks, now I've only had the charger in for, oh gosh, over a week. I've spent $23, but that also includes when I had my mobile charger plugged in through a regular, 110 outlet, something you'd use for a cell phone or whatever, right? So that cost is actually included since I bought the car, essentially. But it's $23 on my home charger, including my Supercharger thing that I got out there, versus $62 on a Tesla Supercharger. So if you're using a Supercharger, as far as is it going to save me money? No, it's not. At least where I'm at, 32 cents a kilowatt hour to charge is just it's not good enough. You're not saving any money. I mean, if you just bought a regular Toyota Corolla, something like that, you'll be better off. Now, if you are driving something like a Lexus, let's say ES, which I would say is pretty close comparison between this car and that, it for sure is going to be cheaper, especially if you're putting in premium, and gas prices are really high right now. Here in Arizona, we're like $4.59 a gallon, something like that. The car ride's amazing. I don't have any squeaks, rattles, stuff like that. I do hear a little bit of it, but that's if I'm over the worst, just fucked up pavement ever. And I've had Lexuses, we'll say Lexi, right? I've had Lexus, I've had Scat Packs, I've had Toyotas, I've had Acuras, I've had kind of everything, right? I've had so many cars in my time, including minivans. I've had Dodge 1500 Laramie, all that kind of stuff. I will say all of them had that issue. You get over any kind of pavement that I'm talking is bad pavement, dude. Like say Chicago, New York street style stuff. Yeah, you're gonna get some squeaks, some rattles. You can't avoid it, and there's nothing you can do about it. With that being said, it's super silent. The sound system is amazing. For me personally, you see how much I drive. I'm probably gonna end up in the neighborhood of 15,000 miles a year on that car. In which case, I'm going to be covered under warranty the whole time that I own the car. So I have, I think it's 120,000 miles, 8 years, something like that, as far as battery and drivetrain. And then you have your usual, 3-year, 36,000 bumper to bumper, if you will. So I don't have any panel gap issues. I don't have any issues with the car whatsoever. I will say this, and this is huge for if you live in a hot climate, a cold climate, or it goes back and forth, you will not get the range that it tells you. So this is a long range one. I did spend the $2,000 on the performance upgrade because I like to go fast. Who doesn't? Also, a few other things that I bought for the car, like those mats that look really good. You saw what it looked like in the trunk. It's like that throughout the entire car too. I also got those blackout screens, got the windows tinted exactly the way that I wanted, in the charger, all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, all in between buying the charger, getting that thing installed at my house. I have an older home. I'm running 100 amps, so the max they could run is 40 out there, which means the car gets 32. I'm fully charged, or at least 80% charged, which is what they recommend for daily use, every day. So I come home, I plug that thing in, I have it set to turn on automatically, charging off peak hours, so I get the cheapest discount on my electricity. And every day I wake up, I don't have to worry about range. I don't have to worry about, maybe going to a gas station or anything like that. Now, if I am going from say here to Vegas or something, that's gonna be a different story, right? Now I'm gonna have to use superchargers, things like that. All in all, I really like this car. I've had it for 3 weeks, so I'm kind of getting past the honeymoon phase on, oh, it's a Tesla, it's the most amazing thing, I'm saving the planet and doing all that. We're not saving the planet. Anybody who knows how, mines work as far as cobalt, nickel, lithium, all that kind of stuff, we are not saving the planet. I mean, I'm not pretending to lie to myself about that, but also have a Dodge Durango that chews through gas, right? So I think everybody knows my goal wasn't to save the planet, it was to cut my costs and have a super nice car to drive in. Also be eligible for Lux, and just have something fast, man, where when I want to light it up, I go, and I got instant go. The car handles like a BMW 3 Series, and I guess, it's beating M3s on track. So, that kind of says it right there. All in all, I would buy it again, and I really like the car, man. This is probably my second favorite car. The Scat Pack will always have a place in my heart. I love that car. That was my dream car. I got to own it. I got to love it. And my regret is not keeping it. So, but the Tesla comes number 2. If anybody's got any questions, could be anything. Now, what you might want to know is what I paid for the car. I waited until, number one, the build quality was good, because these were built like shit up until probably the last 2 years, in my opinion. I've test driven them all the way back from 2018, 2019, 2020. S's, 3s, never test driven a Y, but looked at the X as well. I always thought the build quality was absolute shit. So I'm not even gonna pretend on that. They finally got it right. The build quality is excellent. I'd say it's far better than what I had in my Acura, my Honda, and I would say maybe slightly better than what I had on my Lexus ES. So they finally got that right. I ended up paying $42,000 and some change. Then there's the performance upgrade that was $2,000. I used a referral code, so it knocked $500 off, got me 3 months of full self-driving, other things like that. And by the way, my referral code in all my videos is down in the description. So test drive it, test drive the hell out of it, and don't just go for the performance, the big one. Test drive the regular rear wheel drive, so you can see what does a base model get. I always test drive base model cars. I want to know the difference between the base and then what I'm buying. It gives me a good benchmark, right? And to be honest with you, the delta is not that huge other than the speed factor. That's it. But yeah, if you guys want to know anything else, I'm open book, man. Happy to shoot video for you guys. Happy to conversate, talk, all that kind of stuff. That's it for now. I plan on doing some driving later today. I'm going to upload this video right now, so you guys will have this, and then maybe later today another driving video. And it's Friday, right? We're looking at Friday, 7:30 in the morning right now. Friday, September 8th. So hopefully we'll make some money, and we'll shoot from inside the Tesla as well. All right, everybody. Thanks for your time. If you've subscribed, I love you guys for it. If you haven't subscribed, let me love you. I want to love you. I want to love you. No. Please subscribe. That means the world to me. And just drop anything down in the comments. And by the way, this is Ride Flow. He hit me up and he was like, Nick, should I get one for personal? Should I get it for, Rideshare, that kind of stuff. And so, this video was for him, but it might also be for anybody else who's asking. All right, guys, we'll see you later.